He's going nuts. Like, for real. My cat's...
Wow.
He's losing his mind.
Ooh.
Anyway,
I know how it feels. Inside my head, I'm freaking at my wit's end, but yeah, I'm good at hiding it.
yeah, this concept that we've been talking about, this 30-something concept, get together and just talking about different things that we deal with in between your 30s and your 50s, because, I mean, now I'm barreling toward my 50s at breakneck speed.
Why you gotta jump ahead? 40 is... We're going to 40 next year. Jeez.
Well, you know, I'm happy to hit 40. You know, I really have no issue. I have no issue with 40. 40 is okay.
Yeah. I'm surprised I'm getting to 40. I used to joke with my girlfriend. I used to say, "Oh, I'm sure when I hit 40, that's it. Close the casket. I'll be lucky if I make it to 40." I used to make that joke with her. She's like, "Don't ever say that." I'm like, "Yeah, you're right, because one thing God has always blessed me with is good health, so you're probably right."
I always thought that I'd live forever. I'll be honest with you. I thought by the time that I reached about 35, then I would be, I'd be flying to the stars by that point. And I thought by the time I reached 55, I would be mostly mechanical. You know what I'm saying?
That sounds cool. I dig it.
Unfortunately, I was unclear about exactly my wish, because I'm sure that now I will be mostly mechanical, but not in a good way. And, you know, a pacemaker, hips.
Yeah. I was going straight into my imagination with that. Of course, you already probably guessed that. I was thinking about Terminator, and I was thinking about all that cool stuff.
Exactly.
Like, yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I was there.
If I can't have a titanium endoskeleton, then, you know, why should I live in the future?
I was just watching that the other night. Rewatching. I've been on a Cameron kick ever since Avatar 2. I literally have been watching. So I watched The Abyss finally for the first time.
Oh, The Abyss is fantastic.
It was. I loved it.
Of course, you know they only made that movie so they could make Terminator 2. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah, they literally made The Abyss to prove to everyone, themselves included, that they could do that metal water effect.
Oh yeah, that sounds familiar because I remember that clip. Okay, yeah, nice.
And,
I know you're talking about the iconic scene with the mirroring effect, the water face thing. It was mirroring, reflecting back at them. Yeah, gotcha.
But yeah, whenever they did that, that was purposely so they could prove that they could do the technology to make Terminator 2.
Huh.
The T-1000.
So that leads me to believe that what they showed in The Abyss is that along the lines of what they used for the T-1000 effects.
Same thing. It's the
same thing.
It's less detailed, but it's the same thing.
Yeah, man. So that's what I thought.
So yeah,
that's awesome.
Here's your little piece of movie unmasking for the episode.
I ended up going back to my favorites. I watched True Lies.
That's
what
classic.
It's great. It still holds up so well.
You know what? What's funny? My least favorite movie of his, Titanic.
That one's just overplayed.
Yeah, it's just overdone. It's overdone. And I love the movie, but you know.
Yeah, I'm fine with the movie, but I've seen it so many times, and I'd rather spend my 3.5 hours watching Avatar. I never get tired of that one. No.
Well, here's the deal. I felt like that entire movie really could have been summed up in about an hour and 10 minutes. Titanic.
Avatar?
No, Titanic.
Oh, Titanic. Okay, Titanic.
That's not how it worked out, but that's how.
That was purely for money milking. It's well presented.
You end up coming to this part of the country, and I can take you to some fantastic museums.
Nice.
You know, we actually have, and people look down on West Virginia, but we actually have a fantastic Art Deco style museum in Huntington, West Virginia, and we have a company called Blinko Glass that's been around for over 100 years, and they
Wow.
have some of their original pieces in there.
Wow.
Something called lead glass and milk glass. Really,
Wow.
really unique stuff. If for
Sounds-
nothing else, for the
Sounds
armory
fast.
room.
Yeah, it sounds fascinating. Yeah.
Yeah, and their armory room, they've got muskets and you name it. I'm trying to be careful about what I say, but
Yeah.
it's just a huge room full of fantastic armories throughout the history of our human beings, and it's wonderful.
That's fantastic.
A place near Fort Fisher, North Carolina. Fort Fisher, North Carolina. And they have a really nice museum there that I think you would enjoy. But beyond that, the battleship, the Battleship North Carolina, you can go and tour. You can tour the whole battleship.
Cool. Very cool.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
I remember my father took me when I was very young, and I was like, this is the best thing in my life. Now I'm old, and that was the best thing in my life.
Yeah, I've been on. Obviously, I told you about my background a little bit, and I've been aboard some, naval vessels. Obviously,
Yeah, man. See, there you go.
I was stationed on one. It was cool, but like it's too small.
Oh,
Like I was hitting my head on everything.
oh
Kind
wow.
of thing. Well, yeah, it was a destroyer.
Really?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
it was awesome. Minus that.
See,
Plus, I was working, so it's not like I could really appreciate it and enjoy it. It was my work area, workstation, work
Dude, that's awesome.
environment.
That's awesome. I always wish.
It's a memory. It's a memory. Yeah.
I always wish that I could have done something like that.
Very brief. I mean,
Darn my health, I was never able to do anything like that. Nobody would take me. Nobody would take me, man.
It's a bittersweet thing, that experience. Yeah, I mean, there's some highlights to it, of course. I got to go to downtown Chicago because I had training in Illinois, Great Lakes. So I went to, I had the whole experience. I had the Chicago style pizza and everything, the signature deep dish and all that.
Yeah. What'd you think about
One
that?
time. It's fantastic.
Is that your
great.
Is that your preferred pizza?
Oh man, no. I've had so many types of pizza at this point. Like this is a whole different topic, but it's up there. It's up there.
All right. Okay.
It's definitely up there. It's in my top 5. Yeah,
Top 5. All right.
maybe even top 3. If it's the proper stuff. I've never been to New York. I think that might trump that. I
You
don't
know
know.
what? Don't waste your time.
Oh, okay. So that's a myth. All right.
It
Fair
is
enough.
a myth, and the people of New York, and I'm going to lose all kinds of people on this, but the people.
There are people here to lose.
No, you know what I'm saying. I'm just saying. Probably not. But no, the people of New York, they love their pizza, and our pizza's the best. Our pizza's the best. Well, I have truth. It is not. The best pizza that I've ever eaten in my life, I got off the street. Not literally from the street, but from a street vendor in Philadelphia.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
In Philly, they have the best pizza you're ever going to eat, and I've got something else to tell you that will now upset a whole group of other people.
Say it.
The best cheesesteak I've ever had in my life, I had from a food vendor in New York off the street.
Yeah, that's what's interesting about that, because people would assume that you're about to say the opposite, because they're known for the Philly cheesesteak, hence the name. Yeah, obviously. It's interesting.
It's very strange, man. It's very strange. And as a matter of fact, the Philly that I had in New York was so good. When we opened our own restaurant after that, not because of the Philly cheesesteak, But we opened our own restaurant, and I took that same recipe and made that Philly cheesesteak.
Oh wow, that's really cool.
Well, and here's the deal: if I'm going to make a meal, it's going to be the best that I could possibly make it, the best way that I believe it can be made, and that was the best way. It was so good that I was like, I'm going to learn how to do it.
No, I mean, it's really cool that you opened up your own restaurant. That's incredible.
Not really. Not where we were stationed, or where we live.
The concept is exciting.
Yeah, location.
Well, I'm sure it was a nightmare trying to get it off the ground and all that. And probably anyway. You can tell me the story if you want.
It was rough.
Of course.
But that's a very long story for another day. Yeah, it was a rough time. We enjoyed it, but there was a lot of junk to go.
There's a lot of stipulations to it and all that.
Food service is the hardest. It is the hardest job in the world. I don't care what anybody says. Food service is the hardest job in the world because you can work your butt off all day long, and it still be wrong. You can work till your fingers are raw and it still be wrong.
I can vouch for that. I've worked in some food service.
Yeah.
I've done some of that. I mean, yeah, barely. It barely counts, but
No, it does.
I've done some.
Yeah.
I've been in the trenches, so to speak.
And you know what?
A couple times.
That is the appropriate. That's the appropriate phrase. The trenches.
Yeah.
Because you are at battle. You're at battle with the clock more than anything else.
Oh, definitely.
It's crazy.
I did the shorthand version. I did fast food. So.
Well, we had a diner, so I wish that we did regular fast food, or we would have done regular meal items, because what we did is we offered full meals quickly, and it was so difficult.
Can only imagine.
So very difficult. But I learned a new style of cooking. We steam fried our burgers. I don't know if you've ever heard of that.
I haven't.
Steam frying is basically you fry the burger while you steam it, and you infuse it with flavors from the grill and from your seasoning. It makes it really tasty and juicy.
That's awesome.
It also cooks the burger really quickly. So I could make a full cheeseburger from order to delivery, cheeseburger, fries, and whatever else that you want, drink or whatever, from order to delivery in 11 minutes.
That's remarkable.
Yeah, man, I got real good at it.
Yeah. I'm going to be thinking about that for a while. That's my number one favorite food in the world.
Hamburgers?
Cheeseburgers.
Well, cheeseburgers, yeah.
When you put anything on them, there's the possibilities are endless what you can do with a burger.
I love a good cheeseburger. I
have put so many things together in my day. I absolutely, and good steak fries. That's if I was going to the electric chair, that'd be my final meal. I wouldn't even have to think about it.
That's a good choice.
I've had enough other things in my life that I've enjoyed enough to not even have to think about my final meal being what I just told you, sir.
100%. 100% a cheeseburger, and perhaps.
But I'd have to go all out because it's my final meal. So it'd probably have apple with smoked bacon. Probably.
Oh,
it would
course.
probably have guacamole on it.
Yeah.
And this is all inspired by one of my favorite restaurants.
Keep on talking.
Yeah. It'd probably have an egg on it.
Put that egg on there.
Yeah, it'd have all that.
I like it.
I mean, I'd probably just duplicate what they made. I don't know, because that's kind of what we're talking about anyway.
Well, that sounds amazing.
Inspiration, well, yeah.
Applewood smoked bacon plus the guacamole plus the egg. Oh my gosh.
So I got a gift card for Red Robin and
nice.
that's what I ordered. That's what I got. I got my favorite, a guacamole burger.
Well, I can be honest with you too. I've never had Red Robin.
It's fine. I mean, it all started because I grew up with it. They give you free meals for your birthday.
Oh.
So I used to have birthday parties there, and it just never became something I disliked. I actually always looked forward to it every year, and it extended beyond that. It's one of my favorite restaurants.
Well, I tell you, if they offer free food for your birthday, that would definitely, I would get excited about that every year as well.
Yeah, you get free dessert too. They still do that because I've been going there for a very long time. In fact, I think I was there on my last birthday last year. I was there. Yes,
That's cool. There's no Red Robins around here. There are no Red Robins. I don't know. There's no Red Robins.
Must be a West Coast chain.
It's like Whataburger. Have you ever had Whataburger? Listen to me. I've had a lot of different burgers in my life, in my day.
Uh-huh.
Obviously, I mean, you don't get to my size without having your fair share of burgers.
Yes, sir. Proud weight belt.
Hey, it is what it is. So, Whataburger is they are my favorite burger of all time. They are the burger champion of Burger Kingdom. They are Burger. I can't say Burger King, obviously, but they are like the monarch of burger. They're amazing.
Awesome.
I want to take you to Whataburger.
I want to go. Yeah.
And
it's definitely going to be on the bucket list now. We're having this conversation. It started.
You know how I feel about Florida, right? Like, I've made it pretty clear how I feel about Florida. I hate Florida. It's too hot.
Yeah.
It rains every day between 3 and 5.
It's humid, so it's like
right.
Unbearable because you feel like you need to take a shower 3 times a day, right?
It's the worst place known to man. When it comes to weather.
Yes.
Let me be very clear here.
I've been there before. I have family there, so I've been there. Yeah.
That being said, it is one of the best places known to man when it comes to food.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful food in Florida. You have Whataburger, you have Sonny's Barbecue. Oh my lands. Sonny's Barbecue. Please, you must try.
Yeah, I haven't been there in years, but one thing I do recall having, pretty sure I had this because I don't really recall things I don't remember. Like, my memory's pretty good. I had a Cuban sandwich.
Oh
yeah, that's a staple of that area.
Oh yeah, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. You know what's funny is I remember eating those when I lived down there because I didn't live in Miami. I lived in Castleberry, right outside of Orlando. But there was a lot of little Cuban restaurants around there, and I remember having the classic Cuban sandwich for years. It was just great. And then I start reading the I think it was the Dexter books, and notice. After I get into that, I'm like, well, I'm going to watch Dexter now. And I started watching some Dexter, and I'm like, what they love the Cuban sandwiches. And I'm thinking, I was eating this before this.
That's a cool story, by the way. I mean, that whole, all that connecting dots kind of thing.
It was weird, man. It was weird.
Yeah, but it's cool. I like that. I appreciate that because I've done that. I didn't reverse, though, because I'm not very old. So good example would be I saw Jaws before I read the book. But then I enjoyed the book. It doesn't matter, by the way, if you do one or the other. It's still enjoyable.
Right.
Because
Agreed.
if they're completely different, which Jaws is so much different, the novelization versus the movie, it's so different.
Yeah.
It's really fascinating, and it would have been rated R, by far. It's good. It's good. Since it's a book, you get to have a POV of the shark, so there's a lot of just from the shark's perspective in there. So it's really interesting.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah. Google account team. Oh, it's just nonsense.
No.
Protected privacy thing. I get, because I have a stupid Gmail account attached to my YouTube channel, and it's like I get so much spam.
Right.
Like it'll email me when someone another channel gets some kind of interaction. It has nothing to do with me.
That's ridiculous.
You have no idea.
Well, listen.
Like I've had to clear out 100 emails and stuff.
You go eat. I'm gonna go eat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to stream here in a little while. You streaming?
I'm probably going to, since
Okay.
I don't have to wake up early in the morning tomorrow. I'm probably gonna go back to my routine.
All right. I'll come over either way.
Cool.
All right, man.
I'll say hi in yours too.
I'll see you in a bit.
All right. Bye.